All right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I am thrilled to be here with Torrie. Torrie is a VA school student currently. She started in June, and I can't wait for you to hear about her journey and all the things that have happened to her just in a couple of months. So, welcome, Torrie.
Thank you so much for having me, Belinda. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. You're welcome, and thank you. So, tell me a little bit about where were you before VA school, and yeah, where was your business before VA school?
Well, I started looking into being a VA in October of 2020 and launched my business in February of 2021 and got my first client about 4 or 5 months after that, and was at that point just working with just the one client, wanting to grow my business, but not really sure how. And then in June of 2022, just a few months ago, I joined VA school.
Awesome. That's awesome. Now, how has your view of being a VA changed since you jumped into VA school?
I really feel now that I've been a part of VA school that my business, it feels legitimate. It feels like I actually have a real business and that I'm not just kicking the tires trying to figure out, what is it going to be like? Am I going to be able to do this? It has felt like a real business since I've joined VA school because you've taught me how to treat my business like a business.
That's awesome. Yeah, you've made great progress. You've created a whole website. You've got a lot of processes in place. You have a new office. You've moved a lot of things. No more dining room table, right? You have this
Right.
beautiful office, right?
Thank
Great.
you. Yes.
That's awesome. Now, so tell me, when you started VA school, did you have doubts or fears? Like, what was running through your mind as you started and made that decision to join?
Well, when I started back in October of 2020, I invested in a VA program and went through that module. And I had still just a lot of questions trying to figure things out. So when I went through the Kickstart Challenge with you in June, one of my concerns was, if I invest in your program, is it just going to be a repeat of what I already know? Is it going to be a waste of my money? And you and I had that conversation, and you told me, you said, no, it's for new and established VAs, and I can really help you. So I did take that leap. I invested, and I have no regrets at all. I have completely revamped my business, and it's growing. I'm getting attention. I've added another client. So thank you. VA school was certainly worth it.
Awesome, awesome. So a lot of people who are thinking about being a VAs, the thing that comes up for them all the time is confidence. I don't have the confidence, and they want to wait till they have the confidence. So how has your confidence level grown since starting to work with me?
Oh, there's just been a huge, huge change since VA school. I have a better understanding of, what a VA is, what a VA does, what a VA doesn't do. And, I feel like that I can just talk about it confidently because that was one of the things I couldn't do before. If I explained to someone, if someone said, hey, what do you do? I said, oh, I'm a virtual assistant. I would get looks like, well, what is that? And then I would try to explain it, and it didn't go over very well. I would have the deer in headlight look, and people just didn't, they would just smile politely and nod their head. But you've been able to teach me and the other students how to speak about what a VA does, how to do it in simple terms, not use jargon, and your famous phrase of hashtag stop talking. And that
That's right.
works.
Yay.
Exactly.
Right here. That's right. That's awesome. So tell everybody about the support. Like, what does it feel like in study hall? And I guess really what they're probably wanting to know, do you feel heard? Is this, does it feel personal?
Definitely. That was one of the things that I felt like I was missing in another program that I took. Was I was just a sea of many students. What I like about VA school is that it's very personal. Um, you take the time to really to teach each one of your students personally. And what I like is that, when I went through the Kickstart Challenge with you, it was you that I saw. You're the one who convinced me that the VA school would be beneficial for my business. You're the one who, when I invested in it, you're the one that's teaching the modules. And this is key, when it comes to study hall, when it comes to office hours, when it comes to needing additional support, it's you who's mentoring us. It's not being passed off to other staff members or things like that. So that meant, or has meant, and means a lot to me, because I have had a different experience. And so there is really no comparison. You are above and beyond what I have experienced in other trainings. So thank you for that. You put a lot of time in it, and you're truly sincere, because you'll take the time to get to know each and every one of us. And a couple of weeks may go by and you'll remember something that I said a few weeks ago. And I'm like, you see so many people. How do you do that?
Thank you. Yeah. It's a lot of programs are different. And I didn't start VA school for a while, even though I wanted to, and the VA connection, because I didn't know if I could do it this way, my way, because I was being told that's not how it's done. And I've taken programs like that. I don't like that. I don't like to just feel like I'm, like you said, in the sea of, all the people. And my pleasure every week is hanging out with you guys, helping you, seeing you grow, seeing you take chances, and, stepping out there in ways that make this work for you. So I love it. I love it. So I'm wondering, so you're in a couple of months. What's the biggest aha that you've had, in terms of how you need to be as a business owner, or something that you've learned that you just thought, wow?
There have been so many of those moments. But I think the one that has really impacted me the most is how to get clients. I was encouraged in other trainings, you've got to be in the different Facebook groups. You've got to apply for all these job opportunities. You've really got to do this. You've got to spend the time researching the people behind the scenes of the job ops. And that took a lot of time. And I would send out proposals, and I would send out portfolios, and either wouldn't hear anything, or if I actually did have a discovery call, and these were people who were wanting a virtual assistant. They really didn't seem to know what they wanted. When I told them my prices, and at that point, my prices have changed since VA school, but prior to that, they thought that I was just so expensive. They were looking for someone $5, $10 an hour. You've taught us, and that we can develop our own network just through people that we already know, getting referrals from them. And it sounds honestly too good to be true. I thought, there's no way. I don't know that many people. But through VA school and feeling the confidence to be able to talk about what I'm doing, what I might be working on, that has made the biggest difference. People will ask me, can I help them with updating their website? And that's because I've been working on my own website that you've encouraged me to do, and have given me the tools in which to do it. So not only have I built my website, I'm updating someone else's website. And the current client that I've had for over a year is wanting me to do his website. So it's just all organically, and I'm not having to go out and chase clients. You said, I think in the Kickstart Challenge, I don't go looking for clients. They find me. And I'm like, no, that'll work for her. It won't work for me. And it does. It really does.
I have goosebumps. That is so great. I do. That's so great. I love that. I love that, because it's such a relief, right? We don't have to do all that yucky stuff.
No, and I am very introverted. I'm really great in small groups, but trying to get out into these larger, I just get tongue-tied. It's like when I stand up to speak, my tongue sits down and nothing comes out, or if it does, it doesn't make sense. But you've just really helped me be able to talk about something that I really want to be able to do with intelligence, confidence, and a passion. And it's coming through because I'm getting results.
That's awesome. So you're a wife, you're a mom, you've got I think an 18-year-old daughter, right? Who's just stepping out. And
Mhm.
so how does being a VA work with your lifestyle? How does that work differently than having a job?
Oh, I've been out of the corporate world for almost 19 years. I left when my daughter was born. And being a VA, being able to be at home, I always knew that when she graduated high school, because we've homeschooled all through from kindergarten through her senior year, I always knew that I would go back to work at some point, and honestly was dreading having to go back into an office type setting. And then when this opportunity came along to learn more about being a VA, it was just a natural fit. And so now I'm just completely excited about what the future holds, because I've been able to set up everything here in my home, and to be able to do it in such a way where I've not had to spend a tremendous amount of money at all. You don't have to do that. So I can honestly say, at this point, after being in business almost 2 years, from a business standpoint, I don't have any debt. If there's something I need to invest in, I save up for that and am able to pay for it. So that has worked out so well for me
That's
and
awesome.
my family.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything that you said today. And I know there are some women on the fence, and I bet they're going to see themselves in you and really take your words to heart. So thank you so much for your time, for your energy, and for really showing up in VA school and showing people what can happen when you lean in and bring your heart. Thank you, Torrie.
Thank you so much, Belinda. Bye-bye.